afternoon to all of you. On behalf of India Meteorological Department, I extend a warm welcome to all our friends from press and electronic media for this press conference on outlook for the seasonal temperature during hot weather season March to May and monthly rainfall and temperature forecast for March 2024. If we look at the rainfall statistics for the winter season, that is January and February, but we find that rainfall has become for the country as a whole 33% deficient. For South Peninsula, got 20% excess, whereas Central India, East and Northeast India, and Northeast India got the deficient rainfall. If I consider month of February, then rainfall for the country as a whole has been normal. So that means January was highly deficient, and February it has improved, and from minus 58% in January, we have landed up with minus 13% in February. But unlike the month of January, in the month of February, South Peninsular India did not get much rain. It was 91% deficient. Northwest India, East and Northeast India, Central India were all normal. So you can say this is just like a mirror image from January to February. The special pattern, if you just look at in January, the area which got deficient rainfall, like Northwest India, East and Northeast India, got good rainfall activity in February. The Peninsular India, which got excessively higher rainfall activity in January, got excessively deficient rainfall activity in February. Now let us look at the spatial distribution. On the left-hand side figure, it is the rainfall during February, that is 1st February to 29th February. You can see that North India and Central India, including Northwest India and East Northeast India, and adjoining Central India, you have got green color or the blue color, that is normal to excess rainfall activity. Whereas Peninsular India is either white or yellow, that means it is deficient, large deficient, you can say, or no rain again. Canada has no rain in the month of February. Now, considering both January and February on the right-hand side diagram, you can find we have good rainfall activity in the Peninsular India, taking together, that is especially Southern Peninsular India and Eastern India, certain areas. Otherwise, the remaining parts of the country was deficient for this winter season. Now let us look at the area-weighted rainfall over Northwest India. If you just look at the rainfall over Northwest India, very important in winter season. So what we find that it was 39.3 millimeters this year, and it is just below normal, you can say. And about February, if you just look at, you will find that the country as a whole, it was 0.7 mm and was 15th lowest since 1901 and 4th lowest since 2001. So rainfall activity was significantly less for the country as a whole. Now, if you look at the weather systems, the 8 western disturbances affected North India and adjoining Central India. That is 30th January to 2nd February, 3 to 8 February, 12 to 19 February, 18 to 22 February, 20 to 24 February, 23 to 27 February, etc. That means there was frequent activity of western disturbances. Out of 8, 6 WDs were active, causing rain or thunderstorm and hailstorms for plains of North India and Central India. In addition to that was the major weather system. In addition to that, there were north-south trough in easterly winds in the lower levels over Central India, and which helped in moisture incursion, either Bay of Bengal or the Arabian Sea, and hence we could get rainfall and thunderstorm activity over central and eastern part of the country in certain days. Now, like this, there was a trough in westerlies and support from lower level moistures that caused heavy rainfall and snowfall activity over higher reaches of Sikkim on 22nd, Arunachal Pradesh on 22nd, 24th, heavy rainfall over Assam and Tripura on 23rd. There was fog observed in quite a less number of days, like 4 to 6 days only, in certain isolated pockets of North Rajasthan, Punjab, and Haryana. So eastern part of India also reported dense fog. It is climatological also. In the month of February, it gets dense fog because of the anticyclone circulation overhead Bay of Bengal, which provides moisture. It helps in formation of fog in eastern part of the country. Cold wave conditions prevailed for 4 to 5 days over Punjab and Haryana during first 10 days of February. After that, there was no cold wave conditions. Now, these are the significant weather phenomena. You will find that heavy rainfall, it occurred for about 17 occasions, and that is very heavy rainfall for one, and there was no extremely heavy rainfall activity. If I compare with the previous 5 years, it seems that total number of events 17 plus 1, that is 18, is almost near same in previous years. Like 2020 and 2021 also we have got like that, and little less in 22-23, and this year also it's like that. Now, if I compare the temperature and its anomaly means deviation from the normal conditions for the month of February. What you find actually, the bottom diagram is the maximum temperature anomaly, that is deviation from the normal. What you find, southern peninsular India was warmer, and northern India and adjacent central India was cooler. It is mainly because of the western disturbances which moved across north and central India. Minimum temperature, if you look at, it was warmer in many parts of the country except western Himalayan region and eastern Arunachal Pradesh and adjoining areas. So once you got many western disturbances, you have got cloudy conditions, therefore the minimum temperature rises. Therefore, even in north and central India also, minimum temperature was above normal. Now considering both the maximum minimum, that is the mean temperature anomaly, also find that peninsular India was above normal, and Indo-Gangetic plains, eastern Himalayan region, etc., they were the below normal. Now let us see whether it was any type of anomalous behavior in the month of February. So all India, if I just look at the maximum temperature rank was 35. That means it is not having such a good rank or highest temperature, etc. Temperature was 27.59, normal is 27.58. So it was near normal, you can say. And minimum temperature, if you just consider, it was 14.61 degrees Celsius for the country as a whole. So it ranks 2, second rank. That means it was one of the highest night temperature. So mean temperature, if you just consider, therefore, we'll find that its rank is 16. So that means it is not anomalous in nature. So northwest India, similarly, if you just consider, rank is 56, 52, 54. Therefore, it is just nearby normal. It is not anomalous. So east and northeast India, similarly, it is not so much anomalous. Central India, if you look at the minimum temperature, yes, it was fast. It was the highest. Minimum temperature highest for Central India in this recorded history from 1901. South Peninsular India, if you just consider, it was warmer, and it has been warmer in terms of the maximum temperature, minimum temperature, and mean temperature. It ranked 1 since the data of 1901. Now let us look at the five highest temperature records with corresponding ranks since 1901. If I just look at, say, all India February minimum temperatures, there I find 2024 was having the second rank with anomaly of 0.79 degrees Celsius, and actual value is 14.61 degrees Celsius. Similarly, if I consider the central India minimum temperature, it was also ranking 1 with temperature of 16.62 and anomaly of 1.63 degrees Celsius. Now, if you consider the maximum temperature, it was the rank 1 over South Peninsular India, temperature was 33.09, whereas normal is 32.13, and anomaly was 0.97 degrees Celsius. South Peninsular India minimum temperature was also having the value which ranked 1, and temperature was 21.17, normal is 19.74. South Peninsular India mean temperature also it was rank 1. So what I want to summarize that South Peninsular India was warmer in the month of February, and it ranked 1 in terms of maximum temperature, minimum temperature, and mean temperature, considering data of 1901 to 2024. Whereas minimum temperature, it was the highest rank for Central India, and second highest for all India. Now let us look at disastrous weather events. During the month, actually, there was hailstorm. Hailstorm occurred, especially in the last week. You have seen the hailstorms, the damaging crops from Amaravati, Nagpur, Wardha, and Yatmal districts of Maharashtra due to this on 10th February. And also snowfall occurred on 22nd February 2024 over Gulmarg. Lightning-related casualties reported in Sarul, Madhya Pradesh on 27th February. Heavy rains and landslides occurred on 6th February in Shimla and 22nd February in Ramban, Jammu and Kashmir. Now let us look at what was our forecast and what happened actually. On the left-hand side diagram is the observed rainfall category. Green indicates normal and blue indicates above normal and orange indicates below normal. So you will find that major part of the country, especially central India, northwest India, western part of the peninsular India got good rainfall activity. And right-hand side, you will find the forecast diagram. Forecast diagram also indicated, as we told last press briefing, that northern India, central India, and adjoining northern peninsula will have good rainfall activity along with northeast India. So if you compare these two diagrams, you will find that there is a lot of similarity. Most parts of the country could be predicted what type of rainfall would be in the month of February. Now, if I consider the maximum temperature, there was some problem. Maximum temperature was normal to below normal over northwest India, northeast India, and adjoining central India because of the western disturbances. Whereas prediction was above normal temperature to normal temperature. So that especially northwest India, I will tell you, the forecast is not correct for the maximum temperature. And basically, the reason is that the model could not interpret, or the model could not consider the impact of the transient disturbances, that is the western disturbance which were transient, the 6 western disturbances which moved across northwest India, that changed the temperature. Because of the northwest India's western disturbances, temperature was below normal, whereas prediction was above normal. So this is the reason why the prediction failed about northwest India especially. Now let us look at the minimum temperature. If you look at minimum temperature, the forecast on the right-hand side and left-hand side, the actual minimum temperature. So here you can find that orange is the above normal, and here also orange and red are the above normal probability. So most parts of the country, we predicted that it will be above normal predictability, and finally it happened also above normal predictability, except again, northwest India, where we predict above normal, but it actually became normal to below normal minimum temperature. So I will summarize for the temperature forecast. If I summarize, the both minimum and maximum temperature forecast over northwest India was not correct. Otherwise, remaining parts of the country forecast was reasonably correct. Now let us look at the Enso conditions over the Pacific. As all of us know that Enso is becoming weaker. That means El Nino condition is becoming weaker. And for the last week, 3.4 region, which matters India, was 1.5 degrees Celsius. And there is a decreasing trend in the temperature. And on the right-hand side also shows how there is a decreasing trend in the SST anomalies. Now let us look at the latest El Nino Southern Oscillation and the Indian Ocean Dipole forecast for Western February 2024. If you look at this left side diagram, it shows the percentage chance of La Nina, neutral, and El Nino conditions. The red color indicates El Nino, blue indicates La Nina, and gray indicates neutral conditions. What do you find actually? January, February, March, this is February, March, April, this is March, April, May. Up to March, April, May, you are getting the maximum probability of El Nino condition. That means El Nino condition will continue in this summer. And thereafter, the neutral conditions will prevail. So we expect that by the beginning of the monsoon season, there will be neutral Enso conditions. That means there will be no El Nino conditions. El Nino condition will be there only for the summer season, that is March, April, May. Similarly, if you consider individual models also, you will find that all the models are consensus that it is in decreasing phase of El Nino, and by the beginning of the monsoon season, it may become the neutral conditions. In certain models, even suggesting that towards the latter half of the monsoon season, there could be the La Nina conditions. If you look at the Indian Ocean dipole, it shows the neutral Indian Ocean dipole at present, and forecast, if you just look at it, is also indicating neutral Indian Ocean dipole. But some models are also suggesting that positive Indian Ocean dipole by the beginning of the summer, beginning of the monsoon season. So this is the model of Minister of Earth Sciences, that is MMCFS, monsoon mission climate forecast system. Based on February initial conditions, it also indicates similar what we have discussed about the global phenomena, that El Nino conditions likely to weaken gradually. And on the right hand side also, if you look at, it is also showing the same thing, continuous decrease in the El Nino conditions. Now, this is the monsoon mission climate forecast system for the Indian Ocean dipole. If you look at the Indian Ocean dipole, yes, there also you find that it is at present neutral conditions. Green is the neutral conditions, and it shows that near neutral conditions will continue for the summer season, that is March to May. Now, this is Southern Oscillation Index. It is varying, and it is negative value is being shown. So it actually, while the El Nino condition is improving or decreasing. So it may be because that there are many transient disturbances there also in Australian region, because of which there is a fluctuation in temperature over Tahiti, and accordingly the Southern Oscillation Index. Now let us look at the forecast. If I look at the forecast of the maximum temperature for May, 3 months average, and here forecast is in 3 categories. One is the above normal, that is yellow, orange, red. Then normal, that is green. Then below normal, that is blue, violet to blue. So what you find that most parts of the country, you are expecting the above normal maximum temperature. Whereas in some parts of northwest India, some parts of eastern India and northeastern states, there is possibility of normal to below normal rainfall activity. Normal to below normal maximum temperature activity. This is the maximum temperature. Now let us look at the minimum temperature. If you look at the minimum temperature for March to May, it is showing above normal minimum temperature over most parts of the country. Now, if I look at maximum temperature outlook for the month of March only, that was the previous one was March to May. This is the maximum temperature outlook for March only. It shows that the southern peninsula will have the possibility of above normal maximum temperature, and also the west central India, including Gujarat. And higher probability of the maximum temperature becoming above normal is over the Tamil Nadu, South Central Karnataka, coastal Andhra Pradesh, and Saurashtra Kutch coastal areas along with the west coast. Now, if I look at the eastern part and northern parts of the country, it is normal to below normal maximum temperature is expected in the month of March. So that means over the northwest, central, and eastern India, the possibility of heatwave conditions will be less in the month of March. We'll see the heatwave probability forecast also. Now, this is the minimum temperature outlook. Minimum temperature will be above normal, and especially over the South Peninsular India and adjoining East Central India and West Central India. You have got red color. That probability is quite high that minimum temperature will be above normal. Now, let us look at the heat wave conditions. And during March to May, usually we get the heat wave conditions, and the area, whatever you see in the left-hand side diagram, this is the March to May heat wave conditions. It covers almost the northern plains and then central India and adjoining northern peninsula. So here the prediction goes like this: the above normal number of heat wave days are likely for most parts of the this country. That means this region mainly which experiences heat wave conditions. Except Western Himalayan region, northeastern states, west coast, we are not expecting. But remaining regions, you can have the higher number of heat wave days this year during March to May. On the right-hand side, this is the forecast for the month of March. You find that in the month of March, we are not expecting any heat wave conditions over northern India or central India. Only in the northern peninsula, especially the region covering Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, North Interior Karnataka, parts of Maharashtra and Odisha can have the heat wave conditions in the month of March. Probability is quite high for the heat wave conditions over Telangana, adjoining Andhra Pradesh, and adjoining areas of North Interior Karnataka, where you can have the heat wave conditions in the month of March. Now, if you consider the climatologically also this region, what we predicted experiences the heat wave conditions. So therefore, this year, what we expect that yes, certainly there will be higher than normal number of heat wave days for the specific region as has been indicated in this file. But climatologically, this region also experiences heat wave conditions in the month of March or during the period March to May. Now let us look at the rainfall forecast. If you look at the rainfall forecast, the rainfall during March 2024 averaged over the country as a whole is most likely to be above normal. And here normal is defined as plus minus 17%. So actual rainfall, whatever occurs, if you consider past 50 years data, it is 29.9 millimeter. The average rainfall for the country as a whole during the month of March is 29.9 millimeter. And this year we are expecting that it is most likely to be above normal, that is more than 117% of 29.9 millimeter. Now, if you consider spatial distribution, a normal to above normal rainfall is likely over most parts of the country, except over extreme southern, extreme southeastern areas, you can say, like the Tamil Nadu especially, and some areas of northeast and extreme northwest India, where below normal rainfall is likely. So as you can see in this diagram, all these blue and violet colors are the above normal rainfall probability, and the orange and red is the below normal rainfall activity, and green is the near normal rainfall activity. Again, here probability, if you just consider probability, is quite high for northwest India here, where the rainfall would be higher than the long period average. Now, मैं आप सभी को थोड़ा सा हिंदी में जानकारी दूंगा। आगामी गर्मी के मौसम मार्च से मई यानी मार्च अप्रैल मई पीरियड के दौरान देश के अधिकांश हिस्सों से अधिकतम तापमान सामान्य से अधिक रहने का संभावना है। केवल उत्तर पश्चिम, उत्तर पूर्व, मध्य और प्रायद्वीपीय भारत के कुछ इक्का दुक्का क्षेत्रों को छोड़कर जहां सामान्य से लेकर सामान्य से नीचे अधिकतम तापमान रहने की सबसे अधिक संभावना है। अभी हम मार्च अप्रैल मई का मिनिमम टेम्परेचर की बात करें तो ये सीजन के दौरान देश के अधिकांश हिस्सों में न्यूनतम तापमान सामान्य से अधिक रहने का संभावना है। अभी सिर्फ मार्च महीने की बात करें तो मार्च 2024 में मासिक अधिकतम तापमान प्रायद्वीप, पूर्वोत्तर और पश्चिम मध्य भारत के अधिकांश क्षेत्रों और उत्तर पश्चिम भारत के कई क्षेत्रों में सामान्य से अधिक रहने की संभावना है। दूसरी ओर पूर्व मध्य भारत के अधिकांश हिस्सों में अधिकतम तापमान सामान्य से लेकर सामान्य से नीचे रहने की संभावना है। अभी हम मिनिमम टेम्परेचर मार्च की बात करें तो देश के अधिकांश हिस्सों में मासिक यानी मार्च 2024 न्यूनतम तापमान सामान्य से अधिक रहने की संभावना है। केवल हिमालय के साथ साथ कुछ इलाका को छोड़कर जहां सामान्य से लेकर सामान्य से नीचे न्यूनतम तापमान होने की संभावना है। अभी हम मार्च अप्रैल मई महीने में जो हीट वेव कंडीशंस होता है इसका हम जानकारी लें तो इस दौरान पूर्वोत्तर भारत, पश्चिम हिमालय क्षेत्र, दक्षिण पश्चिम प्रायद्वीप और पश्चिम तट को छोड़कर देश के अधिकांश हिस्सों में सामान्य से अधिक गर्मी का दिन रहने की संभावना है। तो गुजरात, राजस्थान, हरियाणा, पंजाब, मध्य प्रदेश, महाराष्ट्र, उत्तर प्रदेश, बिहार, झारखंड, पश्चिम बंगाल, ओडिशा, छत्तीसगढ़, तेलंगाना, आंध्र प्रदेश और कर्नाटक और तमिलनाडु के कुछ हिस्सों में साथ देश के अधिकांश हिस्सों में मार्च से मई तक दौरान सामान्य से अधिक गर्मी वाले दिन होने की उम्मीद किया जाता है। सिर्फ मार्च की बात करें तो मार्च 2024 के दौरान पूर्वोत्तर प्रायद्वीपीय भारत के अधिकांश क्षेत्रों, महाराष्ट्र के कई क्षेत्रों और उड़ीसा के कुछ क्षेत्रों और आसपास के क्षेत्रों में सामान्य से अधिक गर्मी वाले दिन होने की संभावना है। अभी रेनफॉल की बात करें तो मार्च 2024 के दौरान पूरे देश में औसत वर्षा सामान्य से अधिक यानी दीर्घावधि औसत का परिमाण से 170% से ज्यादा होने का संभावना है। देश के अधिकांश हिस्सों में सामान्य से लेकर सामान्य से अधिक वर्षा होने की संभावना है। केवल दक्षिण प्रायद्वीप के चरम दक्षिण पूर्व क्षेत्रों और उत्तर पूर्व और अत्यधिक उत्तर पश्चिम भारत के कुछ क्षेत्रों को छोड़कर जहां सामान्य से लेकर सामान्य से नीचे वर्षा होने की संभावना है। 1971 से 2020 के आंकड़ों के आधार पर मार्च के दौरान देश भर में वर्षा का एलपीए यानी लॉन्ग पीरियड एवरेज लगभग 29.9 मिलीमीटर है। अभी हम इसको फॉलो करते हुए जो एक्सटेंडेड रेंज फोरकास्ट का इशू हुआ है इसको भी हम जानकारी लेंगे। इसका जानकारी के हिसाब से आप देखें तो जो नॉर्थ वेस्ट इंडिया है वहाँ पहले हफ्ते में यानी 7 मार्च तक अच्छा बारिश होने का संभावना है। जैसे आपको पता है हम लोग प्रेडिक्ट किए हैं एक एक्टिव वेस्टर्न डिस्टर्बेंस आ रहे हैं जिसकी वजह से वेस्टर्न हिमालय रीजन और मैदानी इलाका में नॉर्थ वेस्ट सेंट्रल इंडिया में अच्छा बारिश होगा जैसे एक्सटेंडेड फोरकास्ट में दिखाई दे रहा है। इसके बाद वेस्टर्न रीजन में सेकेंड वीक में कुछ बारिश होने का संभावना है, थर्ड वीक में और फोर्थ वीक में। नॉर्थ ईस्टर्न स्टेट्स मार्च महीने में वहाँ थंडरस्टॉर्म शुरू हो जाता है और थंडरस्टॉर्म एक्टिविटी जैसे इसमें प्रतीत होता है कि होने का संभावना है स्कैटर्ड प्लेसेस में फर्स्ट वीक, सेकेंड वीक, थर्ड वीक में और फोर्थ वीक में यानी 21 मार्च से शुरू करके जो वीक होगा तब लार्ज स्केल थंडरस्टॉर्म एक्टिविटी होने का संभावना है नॉर्थ ईस्टर्न स्टेट्स में यानी अरुणाचल प्रदेश, असम, मेघालय, नागालैंड, मणिपुर, मिजोरम, त्रिपुरा इलाका में। सो हम नॉर्मल से डेविएशन देखें तो नॉर्थ ईस्ट इंडिया का जो रेनफॉल पहले हफ्ते में होने वाला है ये नॉर्मल से ज्यादा होने का संभावना है। हम हेवी रेनफॉल वार्निंग भी इशू किए हैं वो हम आपको दिखाएंगे। सो ये टेम्परेचर है, टेम्परेचर फोरकास्ट, मैक्सिमम टेम्परेचर फोरकास्ट। जैसे हम बोल रहे हैं आपको कि नॉर्थ वेस्ट में सेंट्रल इंडिया में वेस्टर्न डिस्टर्बेंस आने वाले हैं नेक्स्ट 1 वीक में, इसीलिए इसके बाद भी और एक वेस्टर्न डिस्टर्बेंस हम एक्सपेक्ट कर रहे हैं, इसीलिए टेम्परेचर बिलो नॉर्मल रहने का संभावना है पहला 15 दिन माने अप टू 14 मार्च नॉर्थ वेस्ट इंडिया, सेंट्रल इंडिया एंड अर्जन ईस्टर्न इंडिया में टेम्परेचर बिलो नॉर्मल रहने का संभावना है और पेनिनसुलर इंडिया और ईस्ट कोस्ट में टेम्परेचर एबो नॉर्मल रहेगा। 15 मार्च के बाद टेम्परेचर राइज होगा और पूरे महीने तक इसके बाद 15 मार्च से 31 मार्च तक यू कैन से टेम्परेचर एबो नॉर्मल होगा और जो एरिया हम बोल रहे हैं देखिए ईस्टर्न साइड में वो ज़्यादा टेम्परेचर नॉर्मल से होने का पॉसिबिलिटी दिखाई दे रहा है। अभी हम डे टू डे फोरकास्ट देखें तो नेक्स्ट 5 डेज के लिए हम जो वार्निंग दिए हैं वार्निंग के हिसाब से नॉर्थ वेस्ट इंडिया के लिए हम वार्निंग जारी किए हैं। अभी हम जम्मू एंड कश्मीर, हिमाचल प्रदेश के लिए भी रेड कलर वार्निंग दे रहे हैं और एक्सपेक्टेशन यही है कि एक वेस्टर्न डिस्टर्बेंस आ रहे हैं वो तगड़ा है और अफगानिस्तान के ऊपर अभी लोकेटेड है। इसके प्रभाव में एक इंड्यूस्ड साइक्लोनिक सर्कुलेशन साउथ वेस्ट राजस्थान में बना हुआ है। हायर मॉइस्चर फीडिंग हो रहा है, अरेबियन सी से सीधा मॉइस्चर जा रहे हैं नॉर्थ वेस्ट इंडिया को और वेस्टर्न हिमालय रीजन में पहुंच रहे हैं। सो ये जो मॉइस्चर फीडिंग हो रहा है ये जारी रहेगा 1 तारीख और 2 तारीख को। इसके प्रभाव में फेयरली वाइड स्प्रेड लाइट टू मॉडरेट रेनफॉल एक्टिविटी एक्सपेक्टेड है और इसके साथ साथ थंडरस्टॉर्म होगा, लाइटनिंग होगा वेस्टर्न हिमालय रीजन और स्नोफॉल भी रहेगा इसमें। Rainfall accompanied with thunderstorms, lightning and gusty winds 30 to 40 km/h, gusting to 50 km/h also likely over Punjab, Haryana, Chandigarh, Delhi, Uttar Pradesh, Rajasthan और North Madhya Pradesh during this period, that is 1st March to 3rd March. Heavy rainfall हम एक्सपेक्ट कर रहे हैं, we are expecting heavy to very heavy rainfall activity और snowfall activity over Western Himalayan region on 1st and 2nd March, यानी आज और कल हम एक्सपेक्ट कर रहे हैं heavy to very heavy rainfall और snowfall activity Western Himalayan region, इसलिए हम रेड कलर वार्निंग दिए हैं जम्मू एंड कश्मीर, हिमाचल प्रदेश के लिए। Isolated heavy rainfall activity is also likely over Punjab on 2nd March and hailstorm activity likely over these areas over northwest India on 1st and 2nd March and over east Uttar Pradesh on 2nd March. Strong surface wind is also likely over northwest India, जैसे हमने पहले बोल रहा था थंडरस्टॉर्म के साथ हो कि नहीं। 30 to 40 kmph, गस्टिंग 50 kmph, कहीं कहीं थोड़ी सी ज्यादा भी हो सकता है। सो ये फर्स्ट मार्च और सेकेंड मार्च में ये एक्सपेक्ट किया जाता है। इसको आप पिक्टोरियल पर यहाँ देख सकते हैं। सबसे ज्यादा कलरफुल मैप जो आप देख रहे हैं वो 1 तारीख को, 2 तारीख को, 3 तारीख को ये ईस्टर्न साइड को शिफ्ट हो रहा है और वेस्ट से शुरू करके नॉर्थ ईस्टर्न स्टेट्स तक तब थंडरस्टॉर्म्स, रेनफॉल होने का संभावना है। और इसके बाद 4 मार्च को सिर्फ नॉर्थ ईस्टर्न स्टेट्स और दार्जिलिंग ईस्टर्न इंडिया में रहेगा और 5 मार्च को सिर्फ नॉर्थ ईस्टर्न स्टेट्स में एक्टिविटी जारी रहेगा। सो हम इसलिए चेतावनी दिए हैं और आपके माध्यम से हम अभी रिक्वेस्ट कर रहे हैं कि वेस्टर्न हिमालय रीजन, स्पेशली जम्मू एंड कश्मीर, हिमाचल प्रदेश, उत्तराखंड एंड एडजॉइनिंग एरियाज ऑफ हरियाणा, पंजाब एंड वेस्ट यूपी, यहाँ सावधान रहना चाहिए। स्पेशली जो टूरिस्ट बाहर से आ रहे हैं वो भी सावधान होना चाहिए, क्योंकि हेवी रेनफॉल या स्नोफॉल का संभावना है। इसके साथ साथ थंडरस्टॉर्म, लाइटनिंग हो सकता है। बाहर घूमना अच्छा नहीं होगा और इसलिए लोग सावधान होना चाहिए और प्रिकॉशनरी मेजर्स फॉलो करना चाहिए। थैंक यू। सो अभी हम वी हैव स्टॉप्ड the PowerPoint presentation. Now I request you to have the questions and comments, please. किसी का कोई क्वेश्चन हो, कमेंट्स हो तो आप हैंड रेज कर सकते हैं।
Jayashree from Hindustan Times.
यस मैडम।
Sir, I just wanted to know this above normal temperatures during the hot weather season. Is it you're expecting that because of El Nino conditions prevailing till May, or are we expecting other weather systems also?
Certainly, the El Nino is a decreasing phase, but still it is the El Nino condition, and El Nino condition will continue in this summer, and therefore we have seen in the past El Nino conditions helps in provoking, you can say, the heat wave conditions in the region. But however, in the month of March, of to second week, that is up to 14 March, we are expecting consecutively western disturbances passing over the Himalayan region and adjoining plains, and therefore we are not expecting any heat wave conditions in the month of March over this area. Otherwise, we will have the good rainfall activity. But in the northeast peninsula, especially Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, adjoining northeastern Karnataka, and adjoining some areas of Odisha, where we can expect heat wave conditions in the month of March. And overall, as you told, yes, El Nino could have the impact to heat wave conditions, leading to higher than normal number of days of heat wave conditions. Yeah, Amit ji.
Sir, Kunal from India Today.
पहले मैं तो अमित भट्टाचार्य साहब का
Okay, no issue.
पूछिए अमित सर, अदरवाइज कुणाल जी।
So one thing is there. You are telling that in some southern state there will be heat wave during the month of March. Is it normal to have heat wave conditions, or we are somehow witnessing an early summer? Can we say that the summers are arriving early? Springs are now getting redundant?
No, India is a big country, I will tell you. So the temperature with the marching of the sun increases fast in the southern parts of the country, and gradually it moves towards the northern parts. So in the month of March, we have the climatology. Therefore, I showed you the climatological map. As per the climatology, we get the heat wave conditions in the month of March over the peninsular India. And especially this region is whatever we have been the prediction, that is Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, adjoining areas of Karnataka and Vidarbha and Odisha. This is the prone area. In the month of March, this is the prone area. It is showing that this year also there will be heat wave conditions, and it may be slightly higher than the normal number of days what we get in this area.
What about the early summer, sir? Early summer.
Early summer, for example, I told you, in northwest India and central India, we are expecting below normal temperature. So where is the question of early summer in northwest India and central India? But in the peninsular India, certainly we expect summer in the month of March. If you go now to a city like say Hyderabad, or if you go to Chennai, it is too hot. And especially we are mentioning Kerala, we are mentioning hot and humid weather. we're going to yellow warning also for Kerala. So this is the time of the year where temperature rises in this part of the country, and there are records when temperature is increased more than 40 degrees Celsius. Even up to Odisha, I will tell you. In the month of February, there are records of more than temperature of 40 degrees Celsius. So the temperature goes on increasing over the southern states early. But if you ask me the trend, as for the trend, winter temperature is rising, and hence the severity of cold is decreasing. That is the trend. But that doesn't mean that every year that happens like that. And spring is getting early, as you told. Yes, that is the trend. Any other questions? So fine. So
Sir, Prabhudat from Business Line. I have
yes, please.
a question. Sir, about Northwest India, can you tell us what will be the maximum temperature state-wise, particularly Punjab, Haryana, West UP, Rajasthan? These are
Actually, the forecast which we are issuing, that is not the absolute value forecast. This is the probabilistic forecast, and forecast is issued in 3 categories: either above normal temperature category, below normal temperature category, or normal temperature category. So as per the forecast issued, we have issued whatever forecast we have issued today. In the month of March, it will be normal to below normal temperature in the month of March. But if you consider March to May together, then there is scope of above normal temperature over the plains of Northwest India and adjoining Central India. Now, this is the point of interpretation. So if I say above normal temperature, if I know the normal temperature for the month of March over Punjab, then we can have a guess what could the temperature. The temperature will be more than that. So if you are interested, we can share you the normal temperature map. Dr. Srijit, I am requesting the normal maximum temperature, normal minimum temperature in the month of March, in the month of March to May can be shared.
please, sir. It should be.
Yes, sir. That is available in CRS website also. I will share the link.
Share it in the media group. It can be shared. Share it in the media group.
Please. Thank you, sir.
Okay. I hope there is no other questions and comments. So once again, on behalf of India Meteorological Department, on my behalf, I express our gratitude to all our friends, professional media, for the present sharing, and also collaborating with us and reaching out to the last mile and helping the society to fight with the various types of hazards. And this particular summer season, we are expecting, as we discussed, that we can have the heat wave conditions, and also we can have the thunderstorms, hailstorms, and also lightning. So all of us can work together to increase the further awareness and help the common man to minimize loss of lives and properties. So thank you very much.